This is a very simple way to find out what kind of plastic it is. So we have 5 kinds of plastics for packaging, for one use only, and you can do it like this. You take a piece of polystyrene, number 6. This tray is from a restaurant, and number 6 polystyrene. You cut off a piece of it. And you put it into water. The density of polystyrene is a little bit higher than water, so it will sink. If you put salt in, you put as much salt in that the polystyrene does not sink and not rise and not sink. It stays in the water and floats in the water, not on the water and not under the water. Then you have a density of 1.5 grams per cubic centimeter. You can use this water to find out what kind of plastic it is. You put in LDPE, it floats. The density of LDPE is a little bit lower than the density of the water. Then you use some HDPE. It also floats on salt water. And then you use PP, a straw, you put it into the salt water and it will also float. Be careful, there must not be air. There is no air in the PP, otherwise the air will make it rise. So you found 3 kinds of plastic that float on salt water. Good. PVC sinks on salt water. It does not float. Then when you take PET bottle, the PET bottle sinks. It is like PVC. It is heavier than water, and PVC has a density of 1.4 grams, so it will always sink. PVC and PET will sink in salt water. Then you take HDPE, and this is the same HDPE, it will float, of course. You see, it floats well on the water. Then you take PP. These cups are made from PP. Polypropylene or propane. And you put in PP and you will see that it floats. So you have 3 kinds of plastic that float on salt water: PP, HDPE and LDPE. When you melt them, you can mix them. Now you have polystyrene and PET. Polystyrene will not rise and not sink, it will sink slowly. PET will sink quickly. So you can distinguish between polystyrene and PET. This tray is made of PET. This is PET, and the other, this is PET. And the other kind is PP. And here you have plates from, this is PS, polystyrene. It looks the same as PP, but it's different. But you cannot distinguish it by just when you see it. So now if you know these 5 kinds of plastic, you have about 90% of all packaging. And you see when you heat these plastics, all these kinds of plastic will melt around 200 Celsius. And you can also mix them, you can melt them together and mix them at about 200 Celsius. But you cannot mix PET, polyethylene terephthalate, you cannot mix it. It has a higher melting temperature. It melts around nearly at 300 degrees. This is PVC, shrinking foil. This is also PVC. And here you have PP. These bags, you know, many kinds of bags are made from PP. And this is polystyrene. All these kinds, and this is the blue ring here. The blue ring is on the right side is HDPE, polyethylene or polyethylene, you can say. There is a little string of polyester in a piece. This is PET. It does not melt. It melts at a higher temperature, so you cannot mix it. Well, you have a temperature around here 200 degrees, and PET needs more. Now you can start to mix them, and you can put them together in an extruder and try out what the best mixture is and what the best temperature is. You must try out yourself. Now I mix them here. Now you can mix PP, PE, PVC and polystyrene PS. You can mix together. There are 3 kinds of plastic in a bottle. And if you want to know the difference between PET and PVC, you can use copper wire. And the copper wire, you heat it up in the flame. Then you put a little bit of plastic on it. And when it is PVC, you have a green color in the flame. There's some green around the flame. Around the flame, there's green color. So you know about PVC. You must be careful with PVC because PVC and organics together can cause dioxins, can cause very poisonous gases like phosgene. So you better do not put it in a landfill. But you can mix it. You can mix it together with other things.